my beautiful, beautiful rock friends. It's Melinda. Today we're going to be looking at the mineral augite. We're quite blessed to have some beautiful augite here. It is not a very precious, mineral, nor is it, gemmy, translucent, or anything like that. So it is an often overlooked and rejected mineral. However, I just love it. It appears to be like a black crystal. However, it's deceivingly green. When you give it a good look, you can see that it's actually a very dark green. And like I said, in our area, we're very lucky to find really nice shaped augite crystals, really nice, sided crystals, and that's just always fun to pull out of the ground. I don't mind if it's not worth, a bunch of money. It's just really cool to, pull out something that's really nicely formed. So I do have quite a few specimens to show you today, and a lot of them are mixed with other minerals that I'll try to point out as I show them to you. I think I'm going to start with the dark green augites, and again with other minerals from the Wilberforce, Ontario area. I'll start with this bigger one here. Here we go. So it would be this dark, and you can kind of see the shiny green look to it, mixed in with this possibly yellow scapolite. Could also be a very yellow feldspar. Apparently the two are difficult to tell apart in the field. And there's some purple fluorite here with cream calcite. It's a really neat specimen. Some more augite here at the thumb. And on the side here, again, we can see more augite, like almost a crystal coming out here. And throughout here as well. Gorgeous. And then the top of this piece is neat because it has some red apatite crystals in it. Fun. This is a great location to dig. It's so much fun. There's a variety of things to find there, and you're guaranteed to find something. And it's one of those places where, you dig your hands deep into the earth and you pull out really cool crystals. So that's fun. I also enjoy chipping away at rock walls, but there's just something about putting your hands in the earth and finding nicely shaped crystals. So here, and it is getting a little bit loose on this specimen, so I try to be, see, when I tick my thumb on it. But that would be the augite crystal there, coming out. There it is. Some there as well. Broken one here. Here's one in here. And again, these augite crystals are accompanied by red apatites, dark purple fluorite, like you can see shining in the middle here and over here. Yeah, some yellow scapolite mixed in there. And the apatites are so fun, the red apatites from this area. Here's some over here. Oh yes, on this side. There's some red, shiny, glossy red apatites there on the end. There we go. That's fun. And Here's another one. You can see the beautiful Augite crystal here on the tip. Here's a red, shiny, glossy red apatite, but this dark crystal here would be the Augite. It looks like there's actually a few crystals going on in here. Ah, oh, it's just gorgeous. Oh, I absolutely love it. And again, you can see those red apatites, sprinklings of purple fluorite. There we go. There we go. And I'll continue from the same place, showing you some of my smaller pieces. So these are some dark green augites with purple fluorite. This one does also have cream calcite as well. There's a crystal lying this way, and then the large single crystal here. And then this is the cream calcite, and you can very clearly see the beautiful, quite transparent on this piece, purple fluorite. There we go. So if you haven't guessed it yet, augite is a pyroxene mineral, and the crystals are monoclinic and prismatic. Oh, just so much fun. I love it. And again, these are not rare. These are things that we can certainly find here in Ontario. They're not worth a pretty penny. They're not worth a whole lot, really. But they're beautiful and definitely fun to add to the collection. I just love that they're so nicely shaped. This one's fun. Big hunks of purple fluorite all around this one. And it goes all around a crystal. I mean, the crystal is broken, but you can see it was a solid crystal. And then just lovely, lovely hunks of purple fluorite all around it. I just love this one. This one's one of my treasured ones. Yeah, so augite is a rock-forming mineral that commonly occurs in mafic and intermediate igneous rocks such as basalt, gabbro, andesite, and diorite. It is found in these rocks throughout the world, well, wherever those rocks occur, anyways. Augite is also found in ultramafic rocks and in some metamorphic rocks that form under high temperatures. So augite is the most common pyroxene mineral. Like I said, it's not a rare thing. It's a member of the clinopyroxene group. And some people do use the names augite and pyroxene interchangeably. You'll see that often, minerals being labeled pyroxene. Sometimes it's because we don't know which pyroxene it is. But if we do know, it's kind of, you know, not suggested that we use those words interchangeably. Augite and pyroxene, I mean. And again, that's because there's a large number of pyroxene minerals, many of which are distinctly different and easy to identify. So augite, diopside, jadeite, spodumene, and hypersthene are just a few of the distinctly different pyroxene minerals. So it wouldn't be fair to call augite pyroxene when there are clearly so many different ones, and this one is so easy to kind of identify. So beautiful. Pardon me. This is a lovely little cluster, and it does have some purple fluorite in it as well. Look, you can see the crystals here on the end, but it's really just all a bunch of crystals all kind of mashed together. There are some on this end as well. And this was going to be in my sale pile, but I decided to keep this one. The more I looked at it, the more I fancied it, and I just couldn't say goodbye to it. I really enjoy it. I love all the crystal tips that kind of point out from it. I don't know if you guys can hear the train going by, but I love that sound. We live right beside the train tracks. There's something nostalgic about a train going by. There we go. Isn't that cool? There we go. Okay, so now I have some solid single crystals from the same area, or some like double crystals or little crystal clusters that I'll show you. And you can see there's even like a little smidgen of purple fluorite on this one. So cool. You can definitely see the greener color coming through in this one. Has some really nice sides here. Fun. So Augite is isomorphous with the minerals diopside and Hedenbergite or Hedenbergite. So isomorphous means it's like a word to describe two or more minerals that have the same crystal form, meaning that the molecular arrangement is identical, but their specific elements like contained within them are different. There we go. So yeah, so diopside and Hedenbergite are extremely similar to Augite. They have the same form, but Augite contains significantly more aluminum, sodium, as well as titanium and other possible elements as well. Some people consider Augite like a diopside that's been like tainted with too many other different minerals. But of course, like that's no, Augite is its own thing, but I still think that's cute. They are really similar to diopside. Here's another slightly smaller one. Got a little crystal on the side of it there. And you know, again, like I suppose it's not an overly appealing color to most, but the fact that you can just find these nicely grown crystals like this is still really fun. I love it. Smaller one. It's trying to be terminated a bit on that side, tiny bit. And then these two are really fun. I like these a lot. There we go. These ones even have a bit of that gloss. Oh, I love them. Yeah, so Augite commonly occurs in association with orthoclase, sanidine, labradorite, olivine, or sorry, it could be sanidine. Lucite, amphiboles, which some people still call hornblende, and other pyroxene minerals. So occasionally specimens have a shiny appearance like this one, and I think I have another one as well that has shiny faces like this. And that shiny appearance is what gave rise to the mineral's name, which is from the Greek word augites, meaning brightness, although ordinary specimens, as we've been seeing, typically have a dull luster and they're like a dark green, brown, black. So that shiny luster isn't the more common look, but it's definitely a possibility, as we can see. Here's a little cluster that a friend gave me from Ontario. They weren't weren't 100% sure if it was Augite, but I think it's quite possible. This one's from Eganville, and it is some little Augite crystals in pinky peach calcite. When you get close enough, you can see the green coloring of them. This side has the iron on it, so it looks a little more brown. Awesome. Okay, these crystals are from Harcourt, Ontario, and this is the other one I was referring to when I said I had another shiny one. There it is. I really enjoy the Harcourt property, but it is private property, so I can't bring people there. Not yet, anyways. Maybe someday. Beautiful. I love that glossiness. So, Augite was named by Abraham Gottlob Werner in 1792. There we go. You'll see little pieces of purple fluorite on this one because the Harcourt property also has really beautiful hunks of purple fluorite. So like I said previously, Augite does not have any physical, optical, or chemical properties that make it especially useful or valuable. Yeah, so it doesn't really have a commercial use, and you typically won't see these being sold to you in store, but I still think they are fantastic to find. See the faces? And I certainly don't see any harm in having a few in your collection. I have more than a few because I don't care. I love them. This cluster was purchased from a fellow rockhound who thought that it could be possibly diopside. They didn't remember where they had gotten it from, which always makes it very hard when you're trying to identify specimens. So I put it here with my Augite crystals, but it may be diopside. I don't know. If you have a gut feeling, you can tell me. I'd love to know what you think. I think it's gorgeous. That's all I know. I really do enjoy it. It doesn't even really matter to me. I like to know, as you can probably tell from my videos, I really like to know what I have in my collection. But I really do enjoy this cluster. It didn't really matter to me what it technically was. It's a nice crystal there. Oh yes, I love this. I love it, I love it. Okay, Augite cluster with pink feldspar. Somewhere in Ontario, the pink feldspar looks so much like the feldspar from the Harcourt property. That is private property, but I mean, that doesn't that doesn't really mean it's from there. And as far as I can tell, I don't see very much purple. I don't see any purple on it, so it may not be from that location. I don't know the location, but it does have a really nice green color. got some nice kind of iron rust on it. And the feldspar is a really nice shade of pink, like a rose pink. Dusty rose. Yeah, I like the structure of the crystals. Cool. And then I have this really big specimen that's from the Harcourt area. It doesn't even have nice crystals of augite, but I'll see if I can show it to you. It's quite heavy. My sweet, sweet friend carried it back down the mountain for me because I wanted it and I couldn't manage it. So I already had a couple buckets of other things. You can see the beautiful purple fluorite and this dark green mineral that you can see throughout is the augite. And this specimen actually has really shiny, super glossy, shiny black biotite mica on it as well. A little bit of quartz down here, clear quartz. It's just a nice melange of different things. There we go. See that feldspar? Yeah, that's cool. Alright. So the last interesting fact that I wanted to say was that extraterrestrial augite actually exists. It's actually a common mineral of lunar basalts. It has also been identified in many stone meteorites. And some of those meteorites are thought to be pieces of Mars or the moon that were launched into space by large impact events. And I just think that's really neato that there's augite out there in space. It's kind of neat. Yeah, so I don't know if I've sold you on augite. I just love it so much. So I hope that rubs off. It is such a fun crystal. I love it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. See you next time.